Traffic light, weather clear, speed's 190. Continuing southbound Palomino, right westbound Vespucci. Left southbound Ginger. Left eastbound through the rental spot towards Palomino, right southbound Palomino, left southbound South Rockford. Hard braking, left northbound through the alley towards Calais.
So it comes crossing left northbound Calais. Left westbound back into the parking lot, going for Palomino. Out on Palomino, northbound direction, crossing CD Circus.
Oh, alright.
Right eastbound Vespucci.
Oh.
Left northbound to Red Garage, 50 to entrance to Red Garage, VCB.
So run through, all the way through, now San Andreas, facing eastbound.
As on eastbound San Andreas, left northbound Las Lagunas. Edging northbound 8 Milton, correction San Vitus.
Be advised, secondary vehicle registered to Lucky Torkel. Black Jester was in the area.
Copy that. We're going through to Old Benny's next to a courthouse looking building, back out to Castaway. Left eastbound, left northbound San Vitus. Right eastbound Howick. Right southbound into Rockford Plaza, VCB.
Exiting westbound cars over San Vitus. Left southbound San Vitus.
Eyes on southbound San Vitus, all the way to Las Lagunas. Jumping down onto Del Perro, not crossing over, they're staying on the on-ramp. And then they're going eastbound Del Perro Freeway. Exiting for Elgin Avenue, stand by. Left northbound Elgin. Right eastbound Howick, left northbound onto the freeway. There's freeway Frederick in this car. Straight line Samuel.
I believe.
Got this. VCB and O1.
Approaching Palomino exit. I will tell you if they take it. Doesn't look like they've taken it. They've stayed north. Ascending over the bridge now. We're approaching Bolingbroke. Passing Bolingbroke. We are sending it. Pushing the Sandy exit. Pulling right to take the exit. Slowing. Taking a right southbound, so Norway. Passing the couple council. One second climbing, we're still sending some away from Austin to the top one. Holding left of the split, we facing southbound Palomino freeway. Correct lanes at the moment. The 24/7 petrol station. Moving right, taking the up ramp to the 24/7. Going incorrect lane, people sending all the way through. Remargin Palomino southbound incorrect. People slide 50. Going correct lanes to southbound Palomino. Nearest intercept's going to be Elgin, Adams, Apple Cross. We're going to be merging Olympic momentarily. Olympic now facing westbound. Staying on, not taking Del Perro. Taking the correct lane.
You saw the Draugr in the other vehicle.
Pushing out.
Headache? Question mark?
What was the question?
I think they thought I had a headache, and Miller definitely had a headache. Give me a moment. Let me talk to him.
So they had headaches too?
Yeah, they had headaches, and Miller also had a headache. Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
I'm gonna.
All right. Well, I guess
just
we
hold your position.
Everyone's going back to where we sort of were.
How many people were in the vehicle? Only one in there at the moment. I don't know if multiple of them
I
had
believe I
headaches or
saw
just the driver.
3. It could have been 2. But I thought I saw 3 getting there. And we wait. I feel like I should try changing things with the Scout. I don't like how it's handling uneven road. I question if raising Scout might help. 10-2.
10-2. 10-2.
And so
VCB.
they had headaches as well. We're just waiting.
Where are we waiting? Up to 180 miles an hour.
I'll come back and I'll pick you up. We're just closer to the ramp for Innocence.
You may want to wait around him. The others may need a ride to the car.
Yeah, he's with one of them, and the other one popped a little bit further up.
Did any of the vehicles crash into anything?
No, they kind of just both drifted in a straight line.
Okay. A low and stiffer suspension helps with taking advantage of bumps on the road. The issue that the Scout's having is that, like, any uneven road where the Scout isn't making contact,
I'm good.
it, like,
Everyone,
just gets sent.
Ready.
Active 80 westbound Olympic Freeway. Approaching LaPorta exit. Holding right, taking it up ramp. We're going to be facing northbound LaPorta Freeway. Still in correct lanes to travel, facing northbound. Merging correct lanes.
5, secondary northbound LaPorta, correct lanes. Switching into incorrect, approaching the Palomino exit. Taking it.
I was going to come southbound Palomino. Left eastbound San Andreas.
Yeah, I saw the heli.
Passing Senor Buns. Northbound Ginger, off-road, right eastbound Del Perro Freeway. Exiting for Elgin Avenue, opposite lanes. Left northbound Elgin. So, to Meteor, still north, apologies, left westbound Howick. Overpower. Right northbound Alta Street. Sorry, Alta Place. Left westbound Spanish. Left southbound Alta. Right westbound Howick. Over Las Lagunas. Southbound San Vitus. Right westbound Occupation. Correction Casa. Left southbound Palomino. South Palomino. Going into Little Seoul, probably a car swap coming.
Who's the primary?
I don't know. We
We
don't
just
have
had a car as primary. I don't think we saw who was actually in the truck or nothing.
Yeah.
Almost down
Northbound
the
South
Purple
Rockford. Onto Decker. There's only one unit on this now, and they've just flipped. We need to stay on one car, I think.
Yeah, I'm coming. 20?
Movie Star Way, it's flips just on the bridge, Del Perro Freeway.
And they're calling it out over radio.
We just spotted the Jester in the area, so be aware.
Copy that.
Spike, they're gonna come in and try and fucking flip that thing. Spike it as it comes in.
You're gonna have to get out of the core, guys. You're gonna have to
Not gonna happen.
We are
dog.
not
Not gonna happen.
9F or 10F is coming in now, whatever it's called.
Here we are.
Yes,
Oh,
sorry.
oh,
They're
Careful.
going
Oh
for
my god,
the-
you dog that shit right in the face.
oh, careful.
Pick 'em up.
Sir, watch
Careful.
out, sir.
Okay, please don't hit me.
Sir. I'm a psychopath.
Oh,
Oh, they're squeezing past.
okay.
Cars flip. Back on all four.
Yo.
Back out onto Movie Star Way.
Yes.
Left southbound Movie Star Way.
Yes.
Left eastbound San Andreas.
No.
Yes.
Left northbound Palomino.
Oh, I can't control my. Here we are.
Right eastbound Casa. Northbound Rockford. Yes, open. Right, I'm opening it. Over Palomino and Portola. Out onto Mad Wayne Thunder. Left eastbound Dorset. Right southbound an alleyway going down towards Del Perro. Gonna slip. Careful, careful. Very nice. They're going back out to Palomino. Stand by. Crossing Palomino. Off-road slips Del Perro. Somebody go around, please. Down onto Del Perro. They are eastbound, opposite lanes of travel. Exiting for Elgin. Left northbound Elgin. I'd imagine a freeway slip here. I was wrong. Still northbound Elgin Avenue. Over Spanish.
Don't
Way off
worry,
the
don't worry,
Vinewood.
I got this.
Right, never mind. Still northbound Elgin towards Sonora. Yeah, we're full sending northbound now.
This is
Road,
painful.
continue northbound Sonora Road. Slowing.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We were mostly
right,
flat.
eastbound. Actually,
hit the
U-turn
ground,
back
then went
southbound Sonora
sideways.
Road. Still southbound Sonora Road, onto Elgin Avenue, approaching Clinton.
Micro.
Staying off-road, right next to the power station. Left eastbound, Vinewood Boulevard.
It's fine.
Right southbound towards the football pitches. Might be doing Del Perro jump. They're probably going to jump into canals though. Entering the football pitch area now. We are going for the Del Perro jump. It's going straight over and then onto the exit Del Perro Freeway westbound direction. Correction, there's southbound LS Freeway. Still southbound LS, passing Integrity. Crossing San Andreas. Crossing Vespucci, crossing Adams
What's the
Apple,
flip car I
VCB.
just saw?
Still sending it southbound Strawberry, full send. Mausolees, passing Mausolees.
Rosalie's.
Heavy slow near the forum ramp. Continuing southbound Strawberry towards Mazebank Arena. Crossing over Alter, westbound Mutiny.
That one's got him. Still
I'm
west
yielding,
Mutiny
I'm yielding.
and South Arsenal. Right northbound Dutch London, taking the off-road slip into canals. Going to be going east in the canals, maybe an altar block here. Haven't seen anybody there yet. They're continuing straight east As we're passing Alta, taking the off-road slip up to Davis next to Maze Bank Arena.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Northbound Davis.
It's okay.
Crossing,
You're good. You're good.
What's it called? I can't remember. We can continue northbound Davis on the Strawberry. Westbound Carson.
I'm literally the fucking third imposter
Left
today.
westbound Innocence, crossing Alta. Braking, right northbound La Puerta,
You take it.
Continuing northbound La Puerta, correct lanes.
390 secondary,
Be
full sending.
exiting now.
Approaching red
Still
garage.
northbound. Yeah. Into opposite lanes. Taking the first exit for Palomino and Del Perro. Going Del Perro West. Del Perro West. 50. Tow truck interference. Massive. That's what you get, motherfuckers. They're flipping down to the
Oh, their
grass.
vehicle's
They're
out.
on all fours.
Are you
Oh, their
okay?
vehicle's out. They're going for repairs now.
They're repairing.
You okay? All right.
Amazing tow truck block. Very nice. They are. There's 2 out on foot. One's running in a circle because they have ADHD. The other one's repairing. We've got plenty of units to stop them. I believe in you guys.
Go.
There's an invisible car on scene.
Behind your back, sucker. I'm trying to grab his hands, but you're getting me.
You're
away.
tased.
Yeah.
They might have gotten a little repair off on
They
that
did.
thing.
Yeah,
He's
they did,
mobile.
they did.
Oh, he's been tased.
One of them has a class 2 in hand.
I tased him, but then I was
Guns away now.
Tell them to put those
Not
guns
shot.
away.
Oh my god.
Okay, put it away.
No.
One's being cuffed. He's escaped. He's getting back into the Sultan. Unlucky. Taken off again. I think it's still smoking, right?
Hey, firm.
Hey, farm, so it's like
Left eastbound San Andreas. We can pick up. Let's go high speed pits. You guys are cleared for them.
Hey, firm. Picking under out.
Alright, we're going eastbound San Andreas up to upper power, left northbound upper power.
Everyone's at about 15.
Oh, L1's at 15% fuel. Forgot. We're okay. Continuing northbound over occupation up to Howick. Left westbound Howick. You guys comfy?
As comfy as we'll be.
comfortable as we'll get, yeah.
Alright, going now. You guys take comps.
Upbound Ultra Straight. Approaching Arcadius. Ralston continues southbound Ultra Street. Approach Vespucci. Cross Vespucci. Approach Apple. Crossing Adams Apple southbound Ultra Street. Heavy slow at the Benny's Laneway. Left eastbound through the old Benny's Laneway. Towards Power. Cross Power.
They're going for the squeeze.
Salt and squeeze. If they made it, I don't think I can make this. Yeah, I can.
I've gone around. They're eastbound on the freeway.
Olympic.
Full sending eastbound Olympic freeway.
He saved us roads. Second G's got you eastbound and freeway taking popularity. Taking popular, stand my direction. Taking a left northbound. Vehicle's been pit, it is smoking. Approaching the Vespucci exit now. Slowing left westbound Vespucci. Road's going in for a pit. It's been pushed against the wall. Vehicle's been pit again, is U-turned. We're facing eastbound Vespucci, right southbound Poplar. We're gonna right westbound on the Del Perro freeway. Oh, it's just been pit again, it's spinning. It's spinning,
It's disabled.
cars out.
Roger's coming from Popular.
No. Let me see some hands.
Going for a repair on it. He's been
Hands
tackled
behind
against
your
the
back, bucko.
There's also an area.
Jogger's on scene.
Stop running.
He's limping towards the jogger.
Putting spikes down right in front of the penumbra.
Jogger's reversed in. Back towards Popular.
I'm picking him up.
Primary's in the jogger.
Confirm.
A firm. 399 and Rhodes will stay with the car.
Jogger went last was seen into the Los Santos Customs alleyways.
Crazy. Yeah, what
Northbound
vehicle
on the
picked him
train
up?
tracks, entering the canal.
The jogger,
this is
following
gonna
Oh,
it.
but that was a mirage. A jogger? I didn't see
It is
nothing.
northbound in the canals.
Jewelry store one, right?
Yeah, it
Went
was.
into the
Take a
tunnel,
picture.
eastbound. Just exits near Popular.
Left northbound Popular with the Drogger.
Okay. You got a picture of the car? I
Okay,
documented
alright.
the insides.
Oh.
We gotta take it to MRPD though.
Yeah.
Alright, merging west.
I'm gonna give it 2 ticks with the advanced, or 1 tick.
In westbound Hawick.
Hmm.
That one's got it. We're going
Left.
westbound Del Perro freeway.
Do we get signs of tampering?
Yeah, I did.
Perfect.
Del Perro Freeway.
I want to give it a minute, see if they come back for it. Or...
Exiting for La Puerta. They might take the jump.
Yeah.
Never mind. Up La Puerta southbound direction.
I did give it a tick though, so it's repaired. Try to come back.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, don't worry. I can fix that. I'll ram division the wall.
I locked it. I locked it.
Good, I got the keys.
Okay, but they're gonna come. They're gonna be
yeah,
like,
they're gonna
oh, it's
grab it, and they're gonna be like,
so
oh, fuck. And then we're gonna, and then Anita's gonna lock it when they unlock it. Period.
Yeah,
Smart.
Imagine. And Anita's actually gonna hide in the back seat.
Here they come.
Oh.
Here they come.
Straight back to you guys.
Hey!
Hey, don't do it. Don't do it.
Ooh.
Criminal.
Hey!
Oh.
Oh, see,
Oh.
I told y'all they were gonna do like it.
Going for
Oh.
Have your
clubs.
lethal. Brandon's going for cut.
If anyone tackles me, I'm going to beat you with my baton.
Oh.
One's running towards you guys.
Okay, you're getting beat. I already warned you once.
Still damage. It looks
Oh.
like they're not able to get him. There's two of them running over you guys.
I'm beating the boss individual. He almost tackled me off the edge, by the way. I'm gonna get.
Motherfucker.
I'm actually gonna beat your ass. Oh fuck it.
Go leader. Go leader.
You wanna get a tick on your car? You wanna get a tick on your car? I know, I'm not doing the baton anymore.
They're back in the Draga, taken off towards Popular.
Oh.
The guy in the car is down. What
Unlucky.
Taking
Keep
the
going.
storage unit eastbound towards Elysian.
I'm in the car. I said if you wanna get a tick.
Westbound in the canals.
He might have been bleeding. I don't know, girl.
Here, just a moment. Just a moment. Move out the way.
Got it.
Approaching the main section of
Damn, that's just stiff. Damn.
No, see, I told
There.
y'all. I told y'all they were gonna jiggle the handle.
You're right. You got him twice too.
I told you.
Oh, I'm fucking tired.
Wait, y'all, do we got PD tow? Oh, we don't.
North,
No, we
crossing
don't,
over
so we'll
to
have to
the
take it
west
ourselves.
and jumping up towards Mirror Park, off-road.
Should we give it another minute?
Glory Way, southbound.
Out into Howick, westbound direction.
I'd rather grab a tow truck because you know these bitches gonna jump in it.
Over Elgin, over me too. Straight line Samuel's at it again.
Probably drop me off then,
Straight
Anita.
westbound.
I don't really know how to
That's
tow though.
Oh, actually, oh, I don't want to. I just thought.
No, they're We'll just wait. We'll just.
They
wait
gonna
a
come
minute.
back. We ain't gonna be VCB for long. Get ready to fucking swing at all of them.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
I got
So let's just
visual,
wait for them now.
Right, northbound Dorset.
I'm gonna let Brandy do the batoning. I got my gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready to. I'm here.
He almost tackled me off the fucking ledge. Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Left.
I was
westbound,
literally
you're
flopped
right,
over on the
northbound,
edge.
Wait, let me practice
We're
something.
going in a straight line again.
Oh,
Okay, I can tackle.
so
I was
that's
like, I don't know if
dangerous.
I'm like,
So
this
that
is
was
hand tackle.
dangerous.
I'm ready to fucking swing.
Close to the ledge.
Still
Bro,
northbound.
just don't fall over the
North
ledge.
Rochester Drive.
Oh, okay, my fault. Do they have visual?
I don't know.
Onto Tongva. We're still northbound. Incept's gonna
Yeah, they
be.
do.
Oh, they're all Tongva North. Oh, we're good.
68.
Can we just take it?
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, I'm taking it to MRV.
I
Oh, you have
hate-
keys.
At the moment. It would be an awful shame.
I
if
think
we
you might
lose
need to
visual on this. It's
repair it
I
again.
can barely see it. To
Yeah.
Be honest. Honestly, I can barely see it because it's invisible.
We're just repairing the Sultan now. I'm gonna be real. As soon as we have this secured at Mission Row, I think you just break off that.
One tick,
Yeah,
okay?
they've just merged with 68 westbound. We're probably gonna lose visual in a sec for sure. Still westbound 68.
That was so funny.
All the way to Great Ocean.
You really fucking.
Might go north there.
Holy
No
fuck.
way. Oh no, we've lost visual, guys.
I know.
They went off-road into the.
Nope, still broken.
swamp, but
Should I just
can't
do the
see
whole
it.
thing?
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah,
have
might
to.
as
Repair it.
Arms all good.
Who is primary jewelry? They should probably just throw up a report.
I
and then...
think it was King.
There's a report up for this already.
Oh, okay.
I just saw a blue car slow roll unpopular.
Was it that like wide body, ugly thing?
Like
I think
that.
it's more like an elegy or something. We're almost done repairing it. It was fucked.
Should be good, Anita?
All right, it's repaired. Let's get the vehicle moved.
MRPD.
39076 MRPD with 1 VAF Sultan.
399, same traffic.
This is nice. Can we get one of these? Hold on, I gotta take a picture of it inside MRPD. I wanna see if it has any VAT. I can check. Hold on.
Good job getting the car, by the way, guys.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not an
second
easy
VAF.
chase with
Let's
those
go.
drivers. They're very good.
This is the second VAF for the Sultan as well, so I think that's good.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
You want to do all the VAF stuff? I'll start putting in them.
Yeah, what's this context behind taking a photo to core at Mission Row?
I think for the photo of it in like for under the vehicles tab.
No.
Covering my ass. I'm just covering my ass.
Yeah, well, I was told this the other day. Something about some judge said something about photos of the vehicle at Mission Row.
I think it has to do with proving that we were in possession of the vehicle.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, all
It's
it's
part
saying.
of the
Moronic
physically
thing,
seizing it.
Okay, so
DOJ accusing us of lying? Like, I want to know what the context behind this is.
I've been accused of lying by a lawyer, and the judge just didn't, you know.
Okay, the judge can eat my ass, respectfully.
well, I'm just saying, y'all don't forget. You know, if we have a suspect detained in cuffs on a sidewalk and we move them, that's the seizure of their person. The only legal requirement we have is to, you know, this be in our custody, it be seized. So, using that logic, unless we take a photo of the person at Mission Row, we didn't violate their rights. Is that how that work?
Honestly, they've been on some weird shit recently, Rose.
Anyway, so like,
They said they put a fucking bail on pause last week.
Huh?
And if you understand, I don't even know the context of it, but some fucking magistrate judge.
I think one's already.
Yeah,
The report up already.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, so they said it was someone, I can't remember who it was. They got caught breaking their bail, and then the judge comes in and goes, "Yeah, we'll just put the bail on pause. That's legal." It's not.
The jury store one
Most brain dead thing I've ever heard. So you know they've been on some weird shit recently. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on with some of the judges, but fucking on crack cocaine or some kind of drug. I don't know. One of them.
We can combine it.
Huh.
Yeah, I know High Command are challenging a lot of this stuff because it is ridiculous. It's really silly.
I think we should do a separate report. Yeah, I'm gonna do
I agree.
I was speaking with Barrick about inquiring about like VAF standards because it doesn't seem as though the judges are like on the same page with each other.
Yeah, definitely
they're not. But then that's just going to be, wow, all judges interpret laws differently. Okay, what the fuck is the point of having a standard then, guys? There is no standard, you're saying.
Yeah, precisely. It's like I have a VAF being appealed right now. It went on the docket last night. Where just to clarify, like, do you know how a Z Shaw always has his progress, just chilling, waiting for to be swapped to? We didn't get anyone in custody as part of the situation. Didn't matter. The vehicle was swapped to by one of the people who was in the robbery and was present for the kidnapping. If that doesn't qualify, I don't know what the fuck would.
See what they're gonna say, because I've went through a bunch of VAF appeals that actually have already been like rendered the verdict, and the way they do it is really dumb. So basically, even though robbery is an umbrella charge, they break it down into individual things. So if the vehicle itself wasn't there for the kidnapping part of the robbery or the unlawful imprisonment, which is at the robbery, then they typically don't VAF it. Even if it was swapped into by someone who did the felony, the vehicle itself was not present for any of the violent parts of the felony.
Well, it also includes the direct evading after the fact.
Okay.
The VAF does no. They consider the way
it says it.
Yeah, but they don't consider it that way.
Yeah, but they don't consider it that. They consider it a part of the evading part of the robbery and not the in the violent parts. I've read multiple verdicts, and that's how they've like rendered them. It's actually crazy.
That's fucking stupid as shit.
I keep telling everyone to ignore the judge that keeps doing that and to carry on doing it the same way anyway as well.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that judge fired?
I don't know, were they?
From the PD?
Which judge?
Oh, that's no, that. I don't think that's the one who.
No, that judge has ruled on multiple VAFs.
Oh yeah, I mean Ma has, but I don't think that's the one that this specific one that I'm talking about was. I don't think that was that judge. I can't remember.
I'm particularly concerned about like the judges. I'm just more thinking of like if it's not getting a VAF for the jewelry store because we lost visual. What exactly would it get a VAF for in regards to the bank truck? Because we didn't see them shoot.
Why would losing visual in the chase matter on a VAF?
Well, we lost visual for 2 seconds, and then Jimmy saw it pull into Portola again.
Yeah, I don't think there's.
No, it's literally the same individuals. We'll VAF this on the basis of its involvement on the jewelry store, not the bank truck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so but we're gonna include like hostage statement and everything in this bank truck report.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
This is what most groups are doing now anyway. If there's a jewelry store going on, the bank truck has probably already been started.
Yeah, and they go to it. They always end up going to it anyway.
They rolled in like
we
the
can articulate it
driveway.
either way if they contest it. I don't really care.
Who took photos of people at the jewelry store?
Me. I have photos of the 3 individuals.
Okay. Do you specifically have the definitely not Lucky Torkel?
Yes.
Affirm. Okay, we're good. That's literally all we need to articulate. I mean, for context, the Sultan, when you guys lost visual, circled right around to the property that me and King were at. And then when you guys lost visual again, did the exact same thing except pulled in with all the same people.
Crazy business.
Yeah. I am going to rename this report jewelry store into security truck.
I already made a separate report for the jewelry store.
My concern
Do we just want to combine it?
Yes. Primarily because the jewelry store stuff has to be present. It should 100% be combined because they overlapped, and it was one into the other with pretty much no break in between. And I want because again, the VAF is being justified on the jewelry store, not the bank truck. So pretty much combine it as a 2-in-1.
Too. That's okay, right? Because he was like kind of hiding the whole time.
Repeat that?
Just look at suspects at jewelry 2 and the evidence. That's okay, right? Because that's the only photo I could get because he was hiding the whole time. I think Matilda might have another on, but that should suffice. No?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
It's fine.
We were tackling the dude. Brandy, how many times did he reach for the door handle when it was locked?
He didn't even try to unlock it the 2nd or 3rd time.
Did he look exactly the same?
Yeah.
Precisely.
Not Jimmy Frost's template using a clown emoji for suspects. I'm dead.
I found the VAF that got appealed, by the way, where the vehicle was involved in the evading and not the kidnapping, where they pretty much said it was involved for sure, but it was only the evading part, so it doesn't get a VAF.
That
it
is really dumb.
VAF appeal, Lang Buddha.
Okay, so what if my violent felony charge is
Ava Devereaux was the judge.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, my entity.
Ow.
Report number 16503 is the report number.
You need motor up there, Viv?
How long is it gonna take for someone to get up here? I think it's gonna flee.
if I'm on my own, then I'll just let him go.
I'll be there in 15 seconds.
It's on page 7 of the closed cases on the docket.
I'm looking. DOJ, pending open, closed, page 7.
I just added in a photo called Anna's ID on scene. I'm not meant to have photos like that, am I? What is?
What? Sorry.
Have a look at the photo I just put in called Anna's ID. Is that okay to do the photo like that? Because frankly, I cannot be fucked to do anything else.
Well, if people were actually responsible and only looked at the relevant part and ignored everything else, and people weren't dumb,
No, that picture's fine.
I think it's fine. But
I mean, you could crop it, but it's literally the same picture.
I'll be honest. When somebody mentioned to me that we should be taking direct pictures of everything, I was like including people's pockets and stuff. I was like, oh. That's
people
definitely
just gotta ignore the shit.
I just do the easiest thing. I don't. I got a picture of maintenance car as well.
Y'all, I'm just saying on this. I'm pretty sure this was the VAF where I think I specifically put accessory to, I forget whatever the fucking charge was at the time, like for the actual reason. Let's see, VAF. I want mine to go to court. Because I want a judge to look me in the eyes and say that. Because my goodness,
They are going to say
holy
that.
fuck.
They are most definitely going to look you in the eye and say that.
I think the only way that you could get like a interference vehicle to get a VAF to stick on like a robbery is if you actually catch the person and you get their radio channel and they have a radio channel that is like matching someone who is inside, and you caught someone inside as well, so you can prove that they are an accomplice and were fully aware of what crime was happening.
Wait, so an interference picking up a main suspect won't get a VAF to stick anymore?
No, if you don't catch someone from inside and get their radio, and someone who was on the outside and get their radio and prove them as an accomplice.
See, that doesn't make sense because
they break it down into multiple parts, and they say if the car wasn't there for the violent parts, which is the kidnapping or the unlawful imprisonment, which is at the actual scene, then you can't prove that, you know, they were only a part of the evading or the obstruction and not a part of the violent part.
I wonder why a lot of people don't push stuff to court. I wonder, it's so puzzling.
Unfortunately, most people are relying on summary judgment for the VAF appeals, and that leaves no room for anything beyond just what ends up on the docket. No additional testimony, like literally nothing, unless they do bring up either additional statements, additional evidence, which likely isn't going to be put in beyond just the report. But I don't want mine to be going to or argued for summary judgment, primarily because if they do have clarifying questions, I do want them to ask. I also spoke with Angel, who wrote the legislation. What was that?
Yeah. I stopped.
I need to get out
I think
of
it was
the
only me.
I spoke with Angel, who wrote the legislation, and it is intended for those vehicles to get VAFs. So to be told by the person who literally wrote it that it is intended, and to see the legislation get like repurposed into this yeah, but over and over and over and over and over again is silly.
211, 76,
There's another one where Falconer rendered the same verdict. Hold up, let me find it. It's on page 8, and it's near the bottom. VAF appeal Juan Carlos Hernandez. He's running.
All right, 80 with a motorcycle. Do we know the officer?
And Falconer
are they not changing
the
the
exact
legislation
same verdict and broke it down and said it wasn't a part of the kidnapping or the unlawful imprisonment, so it cannot be found.
I'll find one.
Okay.
What the fuck?
He's merging with the.
I find that to be bizarre and strange that they've just suddenly said, "Oh yeah, we do this like this now."
Legislation states
goalpost moved, by the way,
that the vehicle has to be used in a violent felony to accumulate a VAF point. The violent felony in this instance would be unlawful imprisonment, and there is no evidence to suggest that the vehicle in question was a part of that. If it had been used to directly flee from the scene, or if it were involved from the beginning of when officers arrived, then a VAF point would have been upheld. There's no evidence of actual committed violence directly involving the Green Gauntlet. Therefore, with the removal of what was its third VAF, shall be returned to Mr. Hernandez in a timely manner. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Weird. It's an umbrella charge, but they're breaking it down into separate charges to, justify whether it should get a VAF or not. But really, it is being used as, an accomplice to a robbery in reality.
You know what?
We're using their accomplice charges then.
We're doing it wrong, guys.
That would throw something in the works, I think.
Oh, I'm having a massive headache right now. Hey.
One of the judges told me the guy didn't go into the back of the bank truck, so you can't charge them robbery of a security firm. You should charge them accomplice robbery. And then I'm just like, well, if you're at the store, right, we're charging everyone at the store, bank, the main charge, like, we don't know who's going in the vault. So it's like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
yeah, that's crazy too.
I really don't know what's happening.
Like, just because they did go in the back of the truck, they're an accomplice, even though they're literally 3 meters away from the truck.
Guys, I have a solution.
Yeah.
If they strike your vehicle at any point in time during the pursuit, assault with a deadly weapon.
That is, assault with a deadly actually does stick a lot better than these.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
That one sticks.
I'm down. If that's what we got to do, then that's what
high
we'll do.
Speeds? Hell yeah.
What's their classification on high speed?
That's not assault with a deadly. If they're using their vehicle in any way to ram anything not intended to be struck by a vehicle, that sounds like assault with a deadly to me.
But you don't even need high speeds anymore.
No.
I've got to speak to Peters at some point, because I was told that the pit speeds were changing from standard, so from what they are to, like, the base pit would be up to 100 and the high speed pit would be up to 140.
That's realistically how it should have already been, because we don't have vehicles capable, or didn't have vehicles capable of even being close to the vehicles we're pursuing before 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know.
I overheard this too, but there was never no announcement or anything.
Okay.
No, I don't think it was ever officiated. That's what I got to ask Peters about. We got to find out about that. I think that would be, it might help a bit, because it is really hard to pit people, because acceleration of some of the cars, like, you're just not going to be able to get on them before.
Oh, especially now. With how fast people can turn now, definitely it's even harder.
Yeah. Yeah. So Droga's still nuts. Anything else still crazy?
That dumbass tailgater registered to fucking Frank Scaletta. I have got beef.
Oh, the Krieger we chased yesterday was wild. That thing was on rail.
Oh, yeah, that Krieger. Yeah, that was quick, wasn't it?
I was definitely not working at the kebab shop when Jasper Jans was telling me a hypothetical with the Krieger. He was like, on rails, and it was crazy. My mind couldn't even comprehend how crazy it was. It just didn't make sense. And he goes, you want to know the crazier part? The buffaloes could keep up. But Ricky clarified that Air One was doing a lot of the carrying.
I can hear multiple shots fired in this strawberry Olympia. I'm gonna go check it out.
Oh. Uh-oh. Taco, thank you for the 44 months. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is why I was like concerned with VAFs. It's just so many were getting overturned like that. It's like insane.
At Strawberry Gas or up on Olympic, just near
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Genuinely, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Brandy VAF'd a vehicle like 2 days ago where the guy's vehicle disabled, and he showed us after, and like they VAF'd that car. I would not be surprised if a judge said, "Well, the car was disabled, so it couldn't have been used to assist in the felony, so it's not gonna get a VAF." I wouldn't be surprised if that's the verdict.
What if we're not articulating things properly? What if we need to start clarifying that this vehicle is an accessory after the fact to the original violent felony?
I mean, even if it is an accessory, though, it has to. I guess their whole thing is it has to actually be there. It needs to not be an accessory. That's the thing, right? Because an accessory doesn't have to be there, right?
Right.
It has to be it has to be the whole thing. It has to be the charge. It can't be an accomplice or an accessory. It needs to actually be there. That's like their whole argument. And specifically, it has to be there for the violent parts, not any of the parts after.
Holy fuck. How can I so consistently lose my faith in the Department of Justice?
It's crazy.
Where the fuck is Angel?
Crazy.
Angel! Angel!
It's actually crazy. I don't understand, Rhodes. I genuinely don't.
I don't.
Like, I'm not even kidding. This guy's car disabled, and then he showed us right after. And he's contesting the VAF. I'm so interested to see if it gets appealed, because I'm guessing that the verdict's going to be the car was disabled, therefore the car was never used after the violent parts of the felony were committed. So it did not assist in any way in the violent parts, even though he literally got out of it because it was disabled and showed us right after. I would not be surprised if that's the verdict. Well, I guess we'll see.
You know what I don't understand?
What?
Hold on.
Or like I've heard.
I don't understand point B.
Too.
The whole, the vehicle must be physically seized by the police during the commission of the crime, including direct evading after the fact. If this is all one pursuit, how does that not qualify?
I don't know. My only guess is maybe they mean including direct evading after the fact, as in like it has to be caught in that pursuit and not like you see it later and then catch it, later on in the day, like an hour later, maybe. But that's the only way I can interpret it to like where it makes sense with what they're saying.
No, it don't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But that's the only way that I could like interpret it and think about how they're maybe interpreting it. Like they're saying it has, like if it was used in a jewelry store, right? It has to be caught in that pursuit of the jewelry store. Not if you see the car an hour later and you catch that car, it would get the VAF.
Yeah, but it's not. How do I word this?
But it should be worded differently if it's meant to be interpreted that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
It should be like during the commission of the crime in the pursuit that occurs directly after the crime has been committed or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But again, though, this kind of does work because it says during the commission of the crime, which is the violent crime, right?
Including direct evading after the fact,
Yes, but only the main car can directly evade after the fact. Interference cars aren't evading directly after the fact.
Okay, but what if it's not? Okay, remove interference cars out of the equation. A swap car. How is that any different?
Because it wasn't there during the commission of the crime is their argument, right? During the commission of the crime would be the robbery. They swap at that point. that car wasn't there during the commission of the crime. That's their whole argument. It's not the people, it's the core, right? Think of the core as a person.
Yeah, the bitch would be getting an accessory charge after the fact.
Only if they had the same radio station. If they didn't have the same radio
in the
station,
situation, the car. No, imagine we're not even talking about a car. Imagine we're talking about a fucking person who is going to lift this person onto their shoulders and carry them away from the fucking crime. That bitch is an accessory.
But would they get accomplice or accessory to robbery if they didn't share a radio station with someone who was inside, or would they just get felony obstruction?
See, oh, okay. Here's the thing.
Felony obstruction. No,
not me. No, I'm not a felony obstruction. I'ma just reduce. No, you copping an accessory charge. Ain't no way. Honestly, that's probably where the issue lies. We're probably charging people with felony obstruction as opposed to accessory to crimes, trying to assist people who are trying to escape from these crimes. That's not me. It never has been, never will be.
There was another appeal where someone didn't have the same radio station, and I think the VAF could get overturned or something like that. Like they were arguing this person didn't have the same radio as anyone inside who was told, therefore they're not an accomplice or an accessory, they are just obstructing, and obstructing is not a violent felony. Therefore, if they're charged with obstruction, they can't get that out.
Huh.
The way I was taught to only give accomplice or accessory if they have a radio station that matches someone who was actually like inside the robbery, because then you can prove that they're like fully aware that the crime was happening, rather than maybe they just get a call from somebody just telling them, hey, come pick me up, and they have no idea what's happening.
Okay, so I'm actually, hold on, I'm reading something.
Because they have to be aware of it, like the crime happening, right? To be able to get an accomplice.
See, I'm okay, so I don't actually have the full context behind this Juan Carlos Hernandez one, but the judge did say, in addition, the prosecution is essentially arguing that the vehicle is used as an accessory to the violent felony, accessory before the fact specifically, and then stated that the VAF will stand. Now, I don't have context as to like involvement of individual people and
Which one is this? Is this the one where they drove into the...
I don't actually know.
Is this the one that...
Oh yeah, it is the prison. It is the prison, yeah.
I don't think I really want to look at that one or talk about that.
Okay. All right, understood. Let me find another example. Hold on. See, a lot of these people drop. Okay, VAF removed on this one.
Get dropped because people don't do their paperwork. That's one thing I definitely noticed. People just don't send out the contract.
Okay, VAF removed on this one. Not contesting. Next. VAF removed. Let me scroll to the end. Lack of documentation. Never mind. VAF removal. Jordan Walker.
I think the Jordan Walker one, that was the one where we got Jasper. Espino's charged him with felony obstruction. Felony obstruction is not a violent felony, therefore drop.
Disregard.
Even though he did assist in picking up from a robbery, he only got charged with felony obstruction.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny how this is written. The only bar that needs to be met when handing out a VAF is what violent felony the vehicle committed. Did the vehicle drive on a scene and the suspect hopped out and started spraying their guns at cops? No. Did the vehicle slide on the ops and commit violence from the vehicle? Nah. High-speed pits at Mock Korean Jesus. No indication of any of that happened. Was the vehicle an accessory before the fact in regards to the kidnapping portion of the cash exchange? I see nothing presented to suggest that. That's telling me that an accessory after the fact would apply to the vehicle.
Yeah, but you have to prove that that person was an accessory or an accomplice. And
very easy in my case because they jumped in the car. The person involved in the crime itself jumped into the car. You see what I'm getting at here? If you're saying the threshold is connection to the original, but hear me out. You're saying we can push it if and only if we can get their radio to prove that they were connected to the original thing, right? But that's out of the question when the person involved in literally the kidnapping and the robbery jumps out of the original car and swaps into their personally owned car. Even if they don't get caught. You see where I'm getting at here? Because it's the same person regardless. It doesn't matter who it is. Does that make sense?
So you're saying in their same car?
And
not in someone else's car?
No, anyone's car in which there isn't signs of tampering. As long as it's the person who is at the actual scene who committed that crime. With what you're saying regarding the radio, right? Let's say
look at this one. It's Andre Tyson. Andre Tyson Bath Appeal. And look at the verdict on this one.
But wait, Magistrate Ma, there's a charge of accessory to robbery of a low security. Good point. Let's look at that too. What are the basic requirements to be an accessory to a crime? Whether it's before or after the fact, to be an accessory to a crime, you have to have knowledge of the original crime being committed. Nothing in this report indicates any knowledge or awareness. One second, I'm getting a phone call. I can't grab my phone. Hold on. Someone's probably doing scraps things. Well, I can't pick up the phone, so I'm going to continue. Nothing in this report indicates any knowledge or awareness on Mr. Tyson's part regarding the original crime. Aside from articulating Mr. Tyson's in the Gauntlet's role in evasion and obstruction, nothing was articulated on how he nor the vehicle is an accessory to the original crime, especially the kidnapping portion. But in my case, the individual was involved in the kidnapping and the robbery and then jumped out of the original evading car and jumped into a secondary vehicle. And not only that, they also came back and picked people up from the other car. But point being, it was the same person.
This guy picked up a primary suspect.
Right, and his articulation behind not vaffing it as an accessory is on the basis that there is nothing articulated here that they were. In my case, it's literally the person from both the kidnapping and robbery jumping into a car, just a unattended vehicle. It's a SWAT vehicle.
You're saying if they were seen on scene and then they got out and then they helped with a swap.
Yeah, so
that car?
So put it this way. You know Aziz Shah. He always leaves his progress parked somewhere to swap to, and he always jumps into it, right?
Yeah.
He did not jump into anyone else's vehicle. The vehicle was set there as a swap vehicle, not a pickup vehicle. So we don't have to introduce this aspect of like, well, the person in there didn't know or potentially didn't have knowledge, and we'd have to prove that they had knowledge. It was literally the person who committed the crime jumped out of that car and jumped into another one that is probably theirs. Then the vehicle went out and there's no signs of tampering. The whole point being...
Did you catch Shaw in this?
No. We didn't get anyone as part of that situation. But the whole point being that, like, we don't have to articulate accessory here because there was no other person in the car that picked them up. The person who committed the crime fled in that, like, jumped out of one car, jumped into another.
What you're saying now. Yeah, if that person was inside of the robbery and then they swapped into that car.
Yes.
And then you caught that car, I think that VAF would stick.
Correct.
Because that person has to be aware of the violent felony that happened.
Exactly. Yep.
They were inside.
Which is why when I'm articulating, stuff like this, it is on the basis of being an accessory to the crime. If we're charging the car, question mark. I don't fucking know.
Though, I'm still interested to see this go to court because they still